about you that makes you an entrepreneur, and have you been that way most of your life?
Yes, so I noticed from a very young age, through school age and especially in college, that even though I was studying and training for a typical sales career, I was very interested in business and how businesses worked. I was going to say I studied Donald Trump before he became president, but that was when he was just a businessman. He was a very successful businessman. So I was always interested in businesses and how they function and even economics.
And then you want to give a little history of your business?
Sure. Yeah, so, I graduated from college and I took the typical first job that you would get out of college. And within 6 months, I knew having a job wasn't for me. And so I opened my first beauty salon at that time. After that business, that was a beauty salon. I've had many, many businesses. So I've had a couple beauty salons, I've had a spa, I've even had a clothing business, I've been in the food business. And then the most recent 12 years or so, I've been in teeth whitening. I took a short-term job at a teeth whitening company and I realized, I really loved it and I started my own company. And there was an opportunity because we sold distributorships around the country. So a couple of these distributorships became available and I bought my first one in Nashville and I ran that and I sold it and I realized that was a great opportunity. So I ended up buying and selling quite a few around the country and did that for several years. I guess about 3 years ago, I kind of went back into the wholesale side of the business. So I've been manufacturing teeth whitening gel and also clear aligners for straightening teeth, and all of which is sold direct to consumer, not to dentists. So I sell that direct to consumer. We were largely based doing trade shows before COVID, so things have really changed since COVID.
And then maybe give a little overview of your business structure with products and your mission statement.
Sure. So we have a luxury brand teeth whitening product called Go Smile, and that product is carried at most every high-end retailer that you can imagine throughout the country, our country, and even in Europe. But such as Ulta, Sephora, Macy's, we're also carried on cruise lines and things like that. And recently, because of COVID, we've been marketing more direct to our customers online, so we're doing some more of that. And also the clear aligners for straightening teeth, we're marketing direct to consumer online as well. They can buy it and use it at home. The other interesting thing about our business structure, I just wanted to share with you, so we are like a manufacturer, but there are a couple of different ways that someone can manufacture. So one of the interesting parts of our business is we are a teeth whitening and clear aligner manufacturer, but the way we do that, instead of actually having our own factory and our own employees doing that, we found a manufacturer in both things like teeth whitening and the clear aligners, and we use them as a co-manufacturer. So they wholesale manufacture for us our products, so we don't have to run the plant ourselves. Outside of that, we're structured like any business. We have salespeople, we have office staff, and we're doing most of our marketing online right now.
So what's the vision for the future of your business?
Well, our current mission statement has been about helping people feel happier and more confident through having a better, more beautiful smile. The vision in the future really came about because of COVID. I realized that people were, although connecting through this digital platform of Zoom and online and all of that, that people are more fragmented and disconnected more than ever. So we're using the value of the smile and sharing a smile and expressing gratitude to connect people online.
Can you give a few characteristics of a successful entrepreneur?
Absolutely. I think the first and far most important thing is innovative thinking. They're really out-of-the-box thinkers. Also very self-disciplined and self-motivated, because you don't have someone telling you do this next, you have to be definitely self-motivated. and able to solve problems very well and persistent. You just don't give up.
What are 3 pieces of advice you give to a college student who wants to become an entrepreneur?
I would be very honest with them and warn them. Being an entrepreneur is much more time consuming and more stressful, and in those ways harder than actually taking a job. So if you have the passion for something and the persistence to follow through, and I think most entrepreneurs would agree with me that I've experienced more failures than I have successes. It's like you have to fail and go through each failure to finally get to that success, and you have to have the wherewithal to get through that to be a successful entrepreneur.
What would you say are the top three skills needed to be a successful entrepreneur?
Again, with the innovative thinking, but by far you have to be incredibly persistent and just consistently persistent and never give up.
And what have been some of your failures and what have you learned from them?
Like I said, have experienced more failures that have eventually led to successes, but the greatest failure is the most recent. It wasn't any of my or anyone's doing, but this COVID shutdown had really it shut down my business completely from all angles. We were trade show based and we were dental. So those 2 things in the beginnings of COVID, there still are no trade shows. And the fact that dental deals with someone's mouth, people are very apprehensive of still doing anything that would have to do with germs in the mouth. So, but the benefit of that failure was completely transitioning this company into a vision I had previously had for it, which is 100% online marketing, direct to consumer. And we found success doing that.
And then what motivates you personally?
So interestingly, it's not only about monetary return for me. Obviously, money is a measurement of success when you're in business because profitability equals success. But to me, it is solving that next problem and getting to that next plateau of success.
How do you generate new ideas? I know many people do it different ways. So.
Right. For me, I am just an innovator and a dreamer by nature. So I am constantly thinking of new ideas. Even if something's working, I'm still thinking about that next thing that's going to make it more successful or better than it already is.
How far are you willing to go to success? Become successful?
To any length. I won't quit until I succeed.
And what is the best way to achieve long-term success?
Again, with the persistence, you're going to have a lot of obstacles and problems. Sometimes they seem, unsurmountable, like COVID was a big deal. It was stopped. But just picking away at that problem and figuring out how to move forward sometimes takes a while, but eventually you can.
Do you believe there is some sort of pattern or formula to becoming a successful entrepreneur?
I definitely do. And now that I'm older, I think as a younger person, I had some of the qualities and qualifications, but I needed to mature to achieve all of them. So as far as like being an innovator and out-of-the-box thinker, being incredibly passionate about something, I've always had that. And I've always been like self-disciplined and motivated. I've never felt like I want to say lazy, like I will go and do something. But what I've learned as an older person is that you have to be consistent and persistent and keep following up, because it's not successful right away. You've got to keep doing that and sometimes solving different or new problems until it succeeds.
In one word, can you characterize your life as an entrepreneur?
Tumultuous. It's been very up and down.
Excluding your company, what other company or businesses do you admire the most?
I feel very strongly about Mary Kay. because at her time as a woman, her supporting an organization and building an organization of women was very out of the box for her time. So she really pushed forward, and I think she was super passionate about supporting other women. It wasn't a money thing, it was a passion in supporting other women that has grown into, I think, to this day, is the largest female organization in the world.